greetings from Red Lentil Healing this day. Happy day to all of you, evening, morning, wherever you are. Just want to say happy greetings. So I just want to share something with all of you. You know, I have always used Oracle decks. Was really trepidatious into getting to Tarot, only because it's 78 cat snatching cards to memorize and to learn what they mean, and then use the intuition. It was daunting, but I bit the bullet and started doing it. So I've been playing around with Tarot. You've seen me use this deck online, which is the Golden Thread Tarot. I love this deck because of just the card stock, how the cards feel. Also, the book is like cat snatching awesome because it's just really simple. Like if you look at the meanings, it's not a whole 18-page book. It's just a couple. It's a pamphlet, girl. It's a pamphlet. It's amazing. And just look at the imagery on the cards. These are absolutely beautiful. This is the King of Swords. I love the black and gold. And look at the card stock. They're just really thin, easy to shuffle. I have big ass man hands, but even if you have smaller hands, fits in the palm of your hand. I really love this deck. It was a little pricey, but really, really good. When I touched with the deck intuitively, it told me it's always going to tell me the truth. It's never going to lie to me. It's not going to sugarcoat it. That is very true. Some of my more, I don't want to say darker, but just more, wow, I was hoping for rainbows and kitties, but I got some real shizzle comes from when I read from this deck. So I will give it that credit, and it did not lie to me, and it never lies to me, so I love it. You guys haven't, I don't know if you've seen me use this deck yet, but I love this one. This was actually my second or third, can't remember, tarot deck. The Starman Tarot, y'all, like, let's talk about this for 4 cat snatching seconds. It's David Bowie! I am absolutely in love with David Bowie. I said Bowie, like, David Bowie, excuse me. I got played because I bought this deck from a little small shop in Little 5 Points, which is this really eclectic neighborhood in Atlanta. So I paid a little too much for it, but if you go on Amazon, I believe it's like $25. I paid a bit more than that, but I loved it. I had never seen it. So pros are the imagery. These cards are absolutely, like, look at this. These cards are beautiful. The artist did just such an amazing job. It does follow the Rider-Waite, so, you know, most of the cards have the same meaning. Just absolutely beautiful. Here's the Hierophant. Just absolutely gorgeous imagery. Fantastic. And they are, I learned this from Tarot's Apprentice a while back when he did some of his, when Johnny was going through some decks he loves about, I guess symmetrical. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Symmetrical. So you can read in reverse. This is pretty symmetrical, so you can see it looks the same up, down. I will say even for cons, so that's the pro cons, even for my quite large man hands, this deck is a bit large, so sometimes it is, you know, a little difficult for me to shuffle, even though I seem to be doing it perfectly on camera right now. I always drop cards. Never fails. And then pro or con, it all depends on how you choose to look at life. I try to look at it from positive to there's exactly half the amount of the beverage in the cup kind of person. So factual and so positive. There is the book. This is an actual full book that goes with the deck. The book has absolutely beautiful imagery as well, so it shows you the card. There's several paragraphs for the meaning. You really can kind of read the top couple sentences to kind of figure out what each card means if you're not familiar to tarot. This deck does have slightly, I would say, more exaggerated meanings or very specific meanings, like most decks do, kind of their interpretation of the artist's interpretation of the cards with the Rider-Waite system. And then, you know, luckily if it's reversed, they have like a really quick little sentence, you know, paragraph if it's reversed. So again, pro if you are experienced with tarot, or or a novice, so I feel like it's in, you know, it can a wide range of expertise level, and just a really beautiful deck. And it's David freaking Bowie. How can you not love a David Bowie tarot deck? The box is amazing. I've actually traveled with this box because I don't live in Atlanta. I live in DC, so I've traveled with this in a carry-on bag. Little, not, I mean, not super heavy, but, you know, also didn't take up my entire travel size little bag. So I absolutely love this. But the real meaning of the purpose of this was to go through my two new little affirmation positive decks that I got this week. One is the Crystal Power. This could be a tarot deck, but it can also be for positive messages. And then this little baby affirmations deck. Lately, I've been really wanting to, normally I use the Rebel decks whenever I'm doing a tarot reading or even a chakra oracle reading for a client. Sometimes it can be heavy, not because the information or what the tarot, the universe is guiding through the tarot is necessarily negative for whoever I'm reading for. It's just, you know, when you're starting to get into tarot, when you're starting to get into tarot, to oracle readings, especially when you're working with the energetic body and the chakra system, it can just be a lot because it pulls up a lot of emotions for people. Another reason why I wanted to make sure that I got a certification in cognitive behavioral therapy, so I knew how to kind of sit back and to listen actively, because people just start to open up, and I want to make sure that I can listen and be attentive and be present for them. And then once the session is over, like, what is something positive I can leave the session with? And how can I love to laugh and make people laugh, because laughter is the best medicine. My mom's oncologist once told me that 3 belly laughs a day can literally change the entire metabolic system in your body. If you don't believe me, look it up. Laughter yoga is real. It is a real thing, you guys. So get in as many gosh darn chucks and giggles as you can. So how can I end on a positive note? How can I make people giggle, if at all possible? So I went and got these 2 decks. The first one is, I literally just opened it and haven't even shuffled the cards yet. Guys, it literally just came from Amazon. I'm super excited. I learned this, got into this deck from the awesome Marie's My Table. I absolutely love her. She is just adorable. What I love about her is she's very upfront. When she's wrong about a reading, she won't call herself out. It's super adorable. And I just love how she's like, hey y'all, welcome to our table. And it's just so community oriented. I adore you, Marie. She usually closes out the readings with a card from this, and I just, over the last couple months, really fell in love with the deck when she uses this. So absolutely beautiful cards. I'll pull one really quickly just to kind of get us started on the right track before I start really shuffling them. And the first one I pulled, and when I do this, it'll make perfect sense why I got it, is the King of Cups. So instead of looking at the typical tarot reading and meaning for the King of Cups, this one has its own interpretation. And this says, I know that the right person waits until I am ready. I know that the right person waits until I am ready. So that's a really good message, and I needed to hear that today, because I am working on a project, and I'm gonna be really honest, I'm dreading it, and I have to put on my big girl draws and deal with it. But I kind of want to deal with it slightly on my time, but also the sense of urgency. So it's nice to get a reminder that I know that the right person waits until I am ready. So the person who I need to contact they're waiting for me, and when I'm ready, they're there. So even now it's working. So I hope that has some significance for you. So I know you can also use tarot. You can pull these for tarot. Although Marie doesn't, I probably won't use it for tarot. I probably will just, again, use it for the meanings. They are not symmetrical because it's got the beautiful colors with the purple on the bottom and the blue on top. I haven't even read the book. I am not gonna lie. So I'm not even sure if you can read in reverse with these or not. But that's not the purpose why I got them. I got them really just For the message, the book does tell you the cards, the meaning, the power message behind it. So can't wait to dig into this one. I love it. I did get it off Amazon. Y'all, it's very, very affordable. I'm sure they went up on the prices due to the holiday season, but it was under 20 bucks. Beautiful box. Just really, really like this deck. So thank you, Marie. It's Marie's table for using it. The last deck I wanted to show you is the Affirmators deck. I've been using this on my own personal readings. I've told you before, I struggle doing readings on myself because I get all in my head and I'm like, oh my gosh, just because I got like, you know, the Queen of Cups, it means the world's going to come to an end and I need to like separate emotions and just read the card for what it is. So what I've started doing is literally just writing down what card I pulled, not even writing the meaning, and just walking away from it and just letting my brain process. And I've noticed that's been helping me a lot lately with my own personal readings. Can read all day, every day on other people, even with me not being what I feel an experienced tarot reader, but it makes much more sense, very accurate, helping others, which reminds me that, you know, it's a good confirmation that I am doing my contract on this earth, which is to help others struggle for myself. But I'm getting better. So how I get out of my head and to make myself chuckle is using these cards at the end to give myself a positive, real-life affirmation. Very similar to the Rebel deck, humor-based, very cute cards. What I love about them is I love unicorns. Unicorns are one of my spirit animals. So you've got the unicorn and the rainbow. Super, super, super cute. And what I want to do is just read a card to kind of close out this session with everyone and show you how these cards work. I bought a deck for a very good friend who, bless her soul, such a sweet person. Really, really, we empower and help each other all the time. She got me into starting to read on myself more and to get over my self-doubt, and I got her into reading on others more because she's very talented. So helping each other. So I just bought her a deck for a little gift. It's just to kind of say, go do you, Rio. Go do you. So here's the card that I pulled, and it is Trust. So you've got the bear walking on a tightrope. You see he's got some little sharks trying to nibble at his heels, and he's blindfolded. He's got a little mouse. Y'all, the mouse is trying to guide this almost cussed, this across this tightrope with these damn sharks circling. That's a really precarious situation, but it's telling trust. I trust that everything will be okay in the end. Partially because I simply know it in my gut, but also because it's way more fun to live with the trust and confidence than to be a defensive whiner. So that's the Trust card. Super, super fun. So you see that it's got a very powerful message in the beginning, ends with a little humor in the end. I mean, I can't pick a more perfect deck. Again, this was very, very affordable on Amazon. The people who do this deck also have several others. There's a if you just pull this up on Amazon, I noticed there was like 7 or 8 decks that they have. You know, unicorns, different animals, but it's all from the same company. So fun. Also fun if you're, you know, enjoying some adult substances in moderation, or even not, just having a glass of water with a couple friends and having a dinner party and just want to read some affirmation cards to kind of help you help yourself without the self-helpiness. I didn't say that, y'all. That's their little slogan right here on the box. Help you help yourself without all the self-helpiness. Great deck. Also, you know, I still love the Rebel deck. I'm never going to give that up because it's just snarky. I hate the word snarky. I didn't use the word snarky till I moved to Texas, and I'm long from the state of Texas. Haven't lived there in a while. Jackassery. I'm going to call it that because that's the term that I use from California. Jackassery. I still love the Rebel deck. I'm going to include this one. Going to start including the Crystal Power for people who are a little less jackassery than I am. So just some things to kind of help to add to your either personal readings or your client readings to kind of just lighten the mood. It can be very intense when you read for others. And the best sage is laughter. So why not, in positivity, so why not end on a positive note before you fill your room full of smoke as you sage out somebody else's energy or your own energy to cleanse anew. With that, I hope you all are great, living with love and light. And until next time, have a great one.